How to perform dataset library downloads in ROSI. Here's how. We will go over how to run your download and how to get your download data. First, let's see how to run a dataset library download. When performing a download, always read the screen help first to make sure you understand the search parameters you need to use. We're going to run a course download. This is about scheduling, so it produces a download of all the courses offered within a term. From the ROSI main menu, type 1D in the direct command field. This is the resource download screen. We will run a download in academic activities to dataset library. Type B in the code field and hit enter. There are a couple of options here. You can choose all the courses in a session using the session code field, or all the courses of the academic year using the academic period field. You might want to download the courses just for the fall, or you may want the full winter, which is why you can use academic period. Make sure you complete all the relevant parameters for your report. For the purposes of our demo, I will use the session code. Type the session code or academic period you need to download. I will use 2029. The field only download academic activities with a section in the selected session / academic period, yes or no. It means if you only want things that are scheduled, you would say yes. But if you want to know all the courses that could be scheduled, you will type no. I only want scheduled courses, so I'll say yes. In primary organization code, enter the organization for your report. Do the same for secondary organization code. I am going to run undergraduate arts and science course in political science. There's no administrative organization in this case. The limiter is really important to be able to read your data. This is what separates the fields in your output, like a column in a spreadsheet. The $sign is the safest delimiter you can use. Don't use a comma, because if you've got an output that includes a course title, an address, or even a person's name, there could be a comma in there, and it will make it harder to read your data. Type the $sign in the delimiter field. The dataset name field is also very important, and there are some rules to follow. First, it will always start by your ROSI ID, so ROSI can direct your files to your ROSI Files account. Right after your ROSI ID, you need to type a period to put in the next branch. Then, you need to type a dataset name to identify the file for yourself. It can only be letters and numbers, but it cannot start with a number and cannot be anything longer than 8 characters between each period. You cannot have more than 25 characters overall. Type Y in the Submit field and hit Enter. Then type Files in the Destination Printer field. The point of using files is that there's an output file that tells you about the success of your download. You will see a job number at the bottom of ROSI's screen. Write it down if needed. Once you have completed your download, how to get your download data? Go to ROSI Files, open the folder with your user ID. Inside this folder, there is an other folder with your user ID and an I on the end. It's your job output folder. Open it. Find the folder with the date of the day, including your job number. It includes your download status, so you know if it's still completing, if it's completed, or if it failed. If you can't find your output, make sure that you see job.completed. Click the small arrow on the left side next to it. Here you see job.completed, which is telling you that your output is ready to use. The folder 01-step1 and 02-SMP00 also contains your output status and a PDF that you can ignore. This particular download ran quickly, but if it were something bigger or from enrollments or awards, you might need to come back to it an hour later. Under the output folders, you will notice a POLCRS file, which is the output of our download. I know it's the output because this is how I named it in the Rosie download command, and it's 0.6 megabytes big. In the modified column on the right, you can see a timestamp as well as the date stamp on the Rosie file's output. This information is important if you are doing multiple downloads. Click on the output file to open it. The file will show in your download bar at the bottom of your browser. Click the arrow pointing up beside your file name and click Open. Your Downloads folder will open and show your output file. Remember to keep student information safe. Watch the Managing Confidential Information Learning video. As for file deletion in Rosie files, files in the job output directories, like the I directories or subdirectories, and the EchoPrint directories, are considered temporary. Each night, anything older than 30 days is purged with no possibility of restoration. That's it. Now you know how to perform dataset library downloads in Rosie. Want to learn more about Rosie, Rosie files, or Rosie downloads? Check out the other learning videos from the Rosie documentation page, or go to the Enterprise Service Center website and check the Student Information Systems Knowledge Base articles.